So in today's session, we are going to discuss about onload client script use cases, guys. Onload client script use cases. Okay. So in today's session, we are going to discuss about onload client script. Guys, as you all know, onload client script will run every time when the form gets loaded. So every time when the form gets loaded, okay, if you go to the finance case form, okay. So every time when the form gets loaded, okay, every time when the form gets loaded, the onload client script will run, is what we have discussed. Guys, remember, I have a requirement here. The requirement is if the current logged in user has, who is the current logged in user here? The current logged in user here is system administrator, guys. Okay. The current logged in user here is system administrator. Okay. If the current logged in user has ITIL role, if this particular person has ITIL role, okay. If the current logged in user has ITIL role, okay. So then this section should be visible, guys. This section should be visible. The current logged in user doesn't have the ITIL role, this section should be hidden. So on the form load, remember this point. Whenever the form is loaded, it has to check if the current logged in user has ITIL role or not. Okay, if the current logged in user has ITIL role, this section should be visible. If the current logged in user doesn't have ITIL role, this section should be hidden. Getting my point? Everyone? Do you understand the requirement here? Okay. So now what I am doing is, I am going to write a onload client script, guys. I am going to write a onload client script. Right click, configure, go to client scripts. I am going to create a onload client script here. Okay. So I am going to delete all these client script. I am going to create onload client script. Okay. So I'm selecting onload client script here, guys. Onload client script here. In the onload client script, I can use glide user API. I can use glide form API. Okay. So guys, I am using if else condition, JavaScript if else condition here, guys. Okay. If else. So remember this point here, you have to pass Boolean value true or false. Here you have to pass Boolean value true or false. Okay. So true or false means G underscore user dot has role exactly ITIL will give you Boolean value true or false, right? This line will give you Boolean value true or false or not? Answer me, guys. This line will give you Boolean value true or false. If the current logged in user has ITIL role, it will say true. If the current logged in user doesn't have ITIL role, it will say false. If it is true, inside the if block will be executed. If it is false, inside the else part will be executed. Remember this point. So within this if condition, you can pass true or false. So this line will give you true or false only, right? If it is true, inside the if condition will be executed. If it is false, inside the else part will be executed. If the current logged in user has ITIL role, and G underscore form dot set section display. Okay. Comma true. G underscore form dot set section display resolution information, comma false. So see here you have to pass Boolean value true or false. This line will give you either true or false. If it is true, this part of line will be executed. If it is false, this part of line will be executed. If the current logged in user has ITIL role, then this part of line will be executed, else this part of line will be executed. On the form load, using glide user API, I am checking current logged in user has ITIL role or not. If the current logged in user has ITIL role, I am just showing the form using glide form. I am showing the section using glide form. I am hiding the section using glide form, guys. Okay, just to save this one. I am going to refresh the form. The section is visible. So the section is visible means current logged in user has ITIL role. You can see current logged in user has ITIL role. I am going to remove him from all the groups. So we'll see if he has ITIL role or not. We'll check here. Now he doesn't have ITIL role, guys. I am going to refresh this one. As current logged in user doesn't have ITIL role, let me do one thing. So as the current logged in user doesn't have ITIL role, system administrator doesn't have ITIL role. Log out of the session and log in again. You can see as the current logged in user doesn't have ITIL role, it is actually hiding the section. It is actually hiding the section. If the current logged in user have, if the current logged in user has the role, okay, then it will actually show the section. So we created a onload client script here, guys. So in the onload client script, we are checking if the current logged in user has ITIL role, then we will actually show the section. If the current logged in user doesn't have ITIL role, it will actually hide the section. So as the current logged in user doesn't have the ITIL role, it is hiding the section here. So that means here it is coming as false. As it is giving false here, as it is giving false here, okay, it is actually running this line of script. This line of script is actually hiding the section. I am going to grant, I am going to grant ITIL role to current logged in user. Okay. So we have to log out of the session and log in again, reflect the role. Okay. You can see if the current logged in user has, as the current logged in user has ITIL role, we are able to see this section. Okay. So guys, on the form load, if the current logged in user has particular role, we can show this section. If the current logged in user doesn't have the role, we can actually hide this section. Suppose this client script should work only on the particular view. Okay, this client script should work only on the particular view. So in the finance case form, we created multiple views, right? Do you remember that? Do you remember that, guys? So if this client script should work on only on the particular view, let us say this client script should work only on the power view. Okay. So then what I will do, so you go to the client script, you just uncheck the global checkbox here, just mention the view name here. So you should provide the view name, not view label. Okay. You should provide the view name here, not view label. Okay. If you provide the view label here, it won't work. You have to provide the view name. So you have to go to views here. You can see under system UI, you have to go to views here. In the views, you can see view title. Title is actually label. This is the view name. So you have to provide the view name, guys, not label. So power is actually a view label. So view name is also a power. So then what you have to do, you have to uncheck this global checkbox. You have to provide the view name. So that what happens, this client script will work only on the power view. This client script will work only on the power view. Suppose if this logic should work on two views, means you have to write another client script. You have to create another client script, and there you have to provide another view name. So remember this point, guys. So this logic, whatever we write, is working only on the power view. Okay, this is actually a default view, right? Now this logic won't work here now because this is a default view. So whatever the logic that we write, it won't work here in the default view. Okay. So I'm going to remove the role from the current logged in user. Okay. So I have removed ITIL role from the current logged in user. We have to log out and log in again to reflect the changes. Okay. So if I open the finance case form now here, if I open the finance case form now here, okay, you can see even though current logged in user doesn't have ITIL role, okay, it is actually showing this section. That means this is in the default view. The client script is actually, the client script will not work on the default view. So let me just change it to power view here. In the power view, the section itself is not visible. Huh? In the power view, so we have removed that section from the power view. So as we have removed that section from the power view, we can't hide that from the power view. Okay. So guys, remember, we have created a onload client script here. We have created an onload client script. This onload client script will run every time when the form gets loaded. So every time when the form gets loaded, current logged in user has this particular role or not. If he has this role, it will actually show the section. If he doesn't have this role, it will hide the section. It will work only on the power view. Okay, it will not work on all the views. It will work only on the power view. So till this point, everybody is clear, right? Hmm? Okay. So if the do you remember the default values on the dictionary properties? Do you remember the default values on the dictionary properties, guys? How many of you remember default values in the dictionary properties? I am going to remove all the default values on the form, guys. Okay. I am going to remove all the default values on the form. So in the caller field, we have set a default value as current logged in user. I am going to remove that. Okay. We have default value, right? So there is no default value in the caller field, guys. There is no default value in the caller field. Okay. So there is no default value in the caller field. So here in the state field, default value is new. In the impact field, default value is low. In the urgency field, default value is low. In the priority field, default value is low. I'm going to remove these default values here. One. I'm going to remove the default value here. So in the impact field also, I'm going to remove the default value. In the urgency field, we have default value. In the priority field also, I'm removing the default value here. So guys, remember, we can populate these default values using onload client script as well. You can populate these default values using onload client script as well. So how can I populate these default values using onload client script? I am going to tell you. Guys, default values will only be populated on the new forms. Okay, default values will only be populated on the new forms. Okay, fine. So here in this case, I am going to write a onload client script here. Right click, configure client scripts. Okay, so here populate, I'm writing populate default values. I'm writing onload client script here. So guys, if it is a new form, you have to populate default value. I'm writing if condition here. So in the if condition, you have to pass true or false. You have to pass true or false here. So d underscore form dot is new record will give you boolean value true if it is a new form. This line will give you true or false. If it is true, if it is a new form, it will say true. If it is not a new form, it will say false. So then g underscore form dot set value field name comma. G underscore user dot user ID. So I'm just passing in the caller field. If it is a new form, in the caller field, I am passing current logged in user system ID. Okay. State field, state choice field value we have to pass choice value. New means one here. So impact low, urgency low, and priority very low. I'm just refreshing this one. As it is a new form, it will populate the default values. So this time I am populating these default values using onload client script. So remember this point. This time I am populating these default values using onload client script. But the best practice is using dictionary properties, setting the default values is a good practice. Using dictionary properties, setting default values is a good practice, guys. Okay. So we can use onload client script to populate the default values as well. Okay. So we can use onload client script to set the default values. What is it doing on the form load? It is checking if it is new form or not. If it is a new form, it is actually setting the default values. on the form load. Okay, if it is a new form, it will say true. If it is true, this line of script will be executed and it will populate the default values. That is clear, right? Everyone? Okay, guys, remember this point. Remember this point. Here in the form, in the form, in the form, if the current logged in user has, okay, if the current logged in user has, okay, I'll tell you one real-time use case that I have actually completed. Okay, I'm just opening the incidents, guys. I'm just opening the incident.list. Okay, in the incident list, there is a field called parent field. Okay, there is a field called parent field. Pull the parent field to the list. Not parent, parent incident. Okay, guys, this incident I am making as a parent to these two incidents. So what I have done is this incident I have actually made as a parent to these three incidents. These three incidents are child incidents. This is a parent incident, guys. Remember, these three incidents are child incidents. This is a parent incident. Okay, you guys are clear, right? These three incidents are child incidents, and this is a parent incident. That is why I'm able to see here. Okay, all child incidents. So that means these three are child incidents. All child incidents should be read only. All child incidents should be read only. So if I open this one, it should be read only. Now these are editable, right? Now child incident is editable, right? So this should be read only. So this is a child incident. You can see parent incident is there already. As there is a parent incident already, that means this is a child incident. All the child incidents should not be editable. Only parent incidents should be editable. So in that case, what I am doing is I am going to write a onload client script on the incident table. So I am writing onload client script on the incident table. Right click, configure client scripts. I am going to create a new client script here. Onload client script on the form load. So here I am just getting the parent incident field value. Okay. This is JavaScript variable, guys. So in the JavaScript variable, This can be any name. You can give any name. After where keyword, you can give any name. Variable name is equal to g underscore form dot get value. So this line is used to get the field value. So parent incident field name you have to take. Okay, parent incident field name you have to take. Parent incident field name is parent underscore incident. So I am taking the parent incident field value. Okay. If okay, getting my point. If else I am writing here. So if else is a JavaScript, guys. Inside this if you can pass true or false, as I told you. Okay. Parent incident equal to okay, not equal to empty. Okay. If the parent incident not equal to empty, parent inc not is equal to empty. So parent inc not is equal to empty means if the parent incident is there, we can consider that as a child incident. If the parent incident not equal to empty means, see guys, here parent not empty means these are childs. Parent not empty means these are childs. Okay. If the parent incident is not empty, okay, where fields is equal to g underscore form dot get editable fields. Okay. So this will give you all the fields which are editable, guys. Okay. So now what I am doing is I am using for loop. I am using for loop fields dot length g underscore form dot set read only fields of I comma true. Okay. Okay. So this is a child incident, right? This is not a child incident because the parent incident is empty. I'm going to open this particular incident. This is a child incident, right? Open this one. Open this one. You can see this should be read only. Parent incident not equal to empty means. So it should be read only. All fields should become read only. Only few fields are getting read only. So this is a child incident. Let me just refresh this one. The all fields should become read only. All fields are coming. Set read only field name, comma, true. The fields in the form which are empty are only. No, so there is some overriding that is happening. So the intent of this particular requirement is the child incident should not be irritable. Okay, the child incidents should not be irritable. So only parent incident. So let us say this is a parent incident, guys. If you open this one, if you scroll down, you can see these three are child incidents. These three are child incidents. Only parent incident should be irritable. Only parent incident should be irritable, and child incidents should not be irritable. When I open the child incident, it should not be irritable. Okay. So here parent incident is irritable. Parent incident is irritable. Child incident is not irritable, but some of the fields are still you are able to modify it, right? So that is what I am actually concerned about. So some of the fields are still irritable. Okay. So I look into it. I look into it, guys. Okay. So what I am doing here on the farm load, if there is a parent incident not empty, on the farm load, if the parent incident is not empty, okay, parent incident is equal to not empty. I am taking the fields. I am trying to make it read only. Okay, I am trying to make it read only. Okay. If the parent incident is empty, then we are actually making read only false. Okay. If the parent incident is not empty, we are making read only false. And that means we are making irritable. Okay, that is what the logic that I wrote here, guys. Okay. So we'll be seeing few more examples in tomorrow session, guys. Okay. Are you guys clear, guys? Any questions from anyone, guys? Okay. If no questions, we'll wind up the session for today and we'll see you there in tomorrow's session.